All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans. Folks, you know you have one fun, exciting-ass team when you are not completely relieved with the fact that you have a bye week, considering how banged up this Houston Texans team, specifically on the offensive line. It's a huge sign for things to come, man. We are 6 games into the regular season, i.e. a third of the way done, and this Houston Texans team, although they're 3-3, first off, they've matched their win total from last year just 6 games into the season. Guys, the Houston Texans have a rookie coach. They have a rookie QB. They've had a completely banged up offensive line. They were missing 4 out of 5 starters at one point. CJ Stroud is 4th in passing yards per game as a freaking rookie. This team, 1/3 of the way through the season, I mean, it's one of the best storylines in the National Football League. One of the best storylines, and their future is extremely bright. But guys, here's what's crazy. They're taking down some impressive ass teams. They have now won 3 out of their last 4 games. And once again, we can't hammer it home enough. They're healthy. This team is finally healthy. More specifically, their offensive line is healthy, and that's going to pay dividends because they are currently 25th in the National Football League in rushing yards. But guys, CJ Stroud is on pace for 4,700 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. He's poised. He's in control. There is so much to love about Mr. CJ Stroud. I take a look at the schedule. I'm thinking to myself, why not? Now, Jacksonville does look good. However, they did take down Jacksonville week 3. This Houston Texans team could very, very well make the playoffs. Now, before we get into tonight's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We do post at least one Texans video every single week. So Texans fans, if you could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. I just got done watching the Magic Rockets game. Certainly a game to forget. However, there's 81 of them left. Neither here nor there. Here's a fun stat that I love about CJ Stroud, and for the 3rd time in this video, we're going to hammer home the point that this offensive line was severely banged up. He has cut down in sacks in a tremendous way. So in weeks 1 and 2, CJ Stroud was sacked 11 times. In the last 4 games, 2 sacks. 2 sacks. Yes, he's poised. He's in control. He knows where to throw the football. He's a professional. There is nothing to not like about CJ Stroud. Every time this guy steps out onto the field, or every time he opens his mouth on a microphone, I'm enamored. I absolutely love this future superstar QB. Here's what's the best freaking part. In the 4th quarter, through 6 games, CJ Stroud has a QB rating of 114.7. 114.7. Now let's run through the last 4 teams that they have played. The Saints, ooh, great defense. The Atlanta Falcons, a very good underrated defense. The Pittsburgh Steelers, phenomenal defense. The Jacksonville Jaguars, another good defense. They won 3 of those games. They won 3 out of those 4. In the 4th quarter, a rookie quarterback who is on pace for 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and almost 5,000 yards. He has a QBR of 114.7. I mean, 114.7. This dude has everything I freaking want. Now, it's not just CJ Stroud. We'll talk about the running game a little bit later on in the video. This is a video focused on the offense. I just want to say defensively, we'll make a video before the next game day against Carolina this Sunday. They're the 8th ranked defense in the National Football League. Maybe we'll touch on that in the end. Nico Collins, a player we were sitting back here on the microphone and saying, if he's healthy, if Nico Collins is healthy and CJ Stroud is who we think CJ Stroud is, and by the way, he's exceeded my expectations 6 games into the season, Nico Collins is 10th in the league in receiving yards, 547. Nico Collins is averaging 92 receiving yards per game. 92. It doesn't end just there, folks. Tank Dell, the rookie, yes, he's missed a game. He is averaging 65 yards per game, and that doesn't even factor in his special teams ability. This is completely different than the Bill O'Brien era. This is an unpredictable offense with weapons. And we got to show love to my man Dalton Schultz, who also has 3 touchdowns in the last 3 football games. Opposing fans, here's the indicator. We can use our eyes we can use statistics. We can be Texans fans. We can be non-Texans fans. And you can look at stats. You can watch the film. You can watch these games. And you see what I'm saying. We all see it. CJ Stroud special. CJ Stroud has a very, very bright future in the National Football League. But what's happening? I noticed this especially against the New Orleans Saints after my Texans win recap video. Teams are saying, watch out. Opposing teams, when they play the Houston Texans through the first 6 games of the season, every single fan base is in the highlight comments. They are on Twitter. They are doing whatever. They're everywhere. They are saying, wow, CJ Stroud is the truth. It's not just CJ Stroud. The whole freaking team is the truth here. All right. Now, I will say this team certainly isn't perfect. Once again, to reiterate the point, they won 3 football games last season. They're 3-3 right now. I love their second half schedule. I absolutely freaking love it. Now, there are some holes. Defensive tackle, they could use a middle linebacker. They could honestly use an elite level wide receiver 1 to just kind of just add an extra sauce. I mean, could you imagine if like a solidified wide receiver 1 was on this football team? Watch out. But what DeMeco Ryans, Nico Collins, CJ Stroud, this defense, this offensive line, everybody on this team, they are working everybody out of the building. They are outworking everybody. This team is so prepared on a week-to-week basis, but even when it hits the fan, even when they're struggling, to move the ball downfield, they're still making plays when they need to make plays. Think second half against that New Orleans Saints team. This is the future's so bright. This is so special, man. I seriously can't reiterate this point. If it makes you feel any better, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. I do make Houston Rocket content. I have no personal, I guess I do have a personal affiliation to the city of Houston, but the Texans, man, I like Deshaun Watson, but like I said, I'm a Packers fan. What I'm watching right now is crazy. CJ Stroud, the rookie, is 4th in passing yards per game. He's 4th. He's thrown 1 interception. He's throwing for almost 280 yards per game. He's on pace for almost 5,000 yards. Like we said, this is an offensive video. Defensively, guys, they're giving up 19 points per game. They're 8th in the National Football League. All right? Penalties, they're 7th in the league. This is a well-prepared, and they're executing. I love it. I love every single factor of it outside of maybe the rushing game. Dameon Pierce, now the offensive line certainly is going to help. We're going to keep an eye on the rushing attack as the next couple of games go on with the healthier offensive line. They're averaging just 88.8 yards per game rushing the football. Dameon Pierce is averaging 2.9 yards per carry, 46.8 yards per game. Personally, that doesn't work for me. Now, I'm a huge Florida Gators fan, so I have full faith, full hope in Dameon Pierce. But Devin Singletary, a guy who has back-to-back 800 rushing yard seasons, an overlooked player on the Buffalo Bills, well, we've been seeing more snaps to him. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Houston wins 9 or 10 football games this upcoming season, because, in fact, if I had to make a prediction, that's what I would say. That's it for tonight, man. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit that sub button, and we will see you next time. But, guys, let me know your thoughts after this bye week. Give me a team grade on Houston through 6 games.